Hi everyone, it's April. I just did a session on my Facebook group, Great Goddess Support for Women in the Healing Arts, and I thought I would do just a super quick recap for you of what we talked about, because I thought it would be helpful for a lot of you. And feel free, of course, to go over to the group page in Facebook and join us there as well. There'll be a lot more information in the coming weeks and months to come. But I did a poll to see what was the most challenging aspects for the yoga teachers and the healers in the group. And at first, surprisingly, the answer was inspiration. And then when I thought about it, I remembered myself a few years ago teaching yoga, running around, and really just not having the time for myself and not making myself a priority. So there's inspiration out there, but sometimes we don't have the time, or we don't think we have the time to absorb it, and we just don't make ourselves a priority. So I'm going to give you 5 tips to keep your cup full, to keep yourself inspired, and I hope they will help. And remember, as a healer, as a yoga teacher, we can't take care of others if we are not strong and healthy in our own mind and body. So it's really important for us to make the time for ourselves. So number 1 is to write down your 3 to 5 non-negotiable things that you need every day in your life. So for me, my meditation, my yoga practice, some movement, healthy food, I need my sleep, I need a little time for me, a little family time. So maybe you schedule those in your calendar, and I actually think that's a really great idea, because you should be just as important as a client you see, or a class you teach, or a project that you're working on. So to keep yourself again as a priority, and your body healthy, so that you can go out and do the work that you do. Schedule them in your calendar. Number 2 is your practice, your sadhana. So if you're a yoga teacher, you roll out your mat, you do your meditation practice. If you're a Reiki healer, maybe you have a meditation practice or special practices that you do for that. But that you take time every day. Doesn't have to be 2 hours every day, right? But even if it's 5 to 15 minutes that you devote to your modality, to your passion. Of course, some days you'll want much more time, but to really just make that a part of your day, a commitment that you sit down in that modality, in that fashion every day for yourself, I think is really important to stay connected and to stay authentic in what you're doing. Number 3 is to get out of your comfort zone. So this is one I have a hard time with sometimes myself, but get out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's not always a yoga class. Maybe it's a different kind of fitness class. I've been very inspired lately by some of the videos out there and the online classes that you can do. I've learned a lot from other modalities. So for sure do that. And also, moving out of your comfort zone also means moving out of the comfort zone of what you're normally used to helping to sustain your business and to create a better business. So maybe you're moving out of your comfort zone. Instead of always reading a book on yoga or always going to a new training for massage, you're actually taking a training on social media, or how to move your business forward, or QuickBooks, something that will help you in the industry have a little bit of a step up, right? So number 4 is to serve and to support. So if there is a cause that you are passionate about, for me, I'm passionate about helping to keep the ocean clean and to help stop offshore drilling, right? Maybe you're working with a special organization in your community to help that cause. Maybe it's for children or for seniors. But if there's something you're passionate about, how can you serve the community in that way? And when I say support, I mean to support one another, right? The group that I've started on Facebook is for women, and I think we need to support one another, hold one another up. I was very nervous in the beginning of my teaching career that other people would surpass me, that if I supported someone or I mentioned someone's workshop or training or retreat, that was competition for me. So I was very nervous about doing that. But people will gravitate to you that need you, and people will gravitate towards other people if they need a different sort of practice. But I think together, if we support one another, there's space for all of us, and we need to really hold one another up. I think that it's really important in this community to do that. And then my number 5 tip, my last tip for you, is to put the screen down and maybe get a journal out about an hour, a half an hour before bed, and maybe just journal a little bit each night on what inspires you, on what happened that day, on just thoughts that are going through your minds. And also maybe write 1 or 2 things down that you can do the next day, right? That when you get up in the morning, maybe there's one thing after your practice that you can do to move your business, to move your practice forward. It doesn't have to be overwhelming, but sometimes when I write this down before I go to bed, I get up and I'm really excited to do it and to work on it. So that's my last tip for you. So I hope you'll join me over in the Great Goddess Facebook page. Support for women in the healing arts. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.